What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Platinum Podcast, where we're going to talk about some games and some Platinum trophies and other things. I am Lewis, also known as PlatinumBro, joined by my good friend Joel, GuyFarruski. Hello, Joel. That is a very... Is that how silent you're going to be for the rest of the podcast?
That sounded any better?
We just started breaking up now as soon as we started recording.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay, wait, I think you're back now. You're back. Turn off the Wi-Fi on your phone, bro. It's the only way. You're going to boost it by 1 megabit.
I'm have to do the podcast on my phone.
All right, so we're going to be talking about some things today. We're going to be talking about the current state of Platinum trophies in 2025. What do we think about how it's going down? We're also going to hear from you as you were given the chance to submit your opinion on this, and then we're going to answer some questions that you put it through. We're also going to talk about what games we've been playing, but we're going to move it to the end because of some people saying that it's a really terrible way to start the podcast even. So we're going to just start with Joel. How are you?
I'm okay.
That's great.
Am I still quiet or?
No, you sound crystal clear, my friend.
All right, okay, that's fine then. That's fine. Yeah, I'm all right. Life's been exciting.
It's been a while since we've done the last episode of the podcast. 10 months, which is crazy. Has anything changed for you, Joel, in those 10 months?
Yeah, I'm now a daddy.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Everyone else is applauding. I assume if you're watching this, you're going to be applauding as well. So how are you finding it?
Yeah, it's tiring, but she's a good kid. I was quite blessed. She's quite chill. Sleeps most nights. She just doesn't sleep in the daytime.
You did, however, tell me in great detail just a second ago the amount of fecal matter she produces and the locations geographically and on her body where it appears.
Oh, it's everywhere. I'm so delayed, aren't I?
You're pretty delayed, yeah. You're pretty delayed.
I could just see the signal.
Just like, wah! You know what? We're just have to press on. We're going to have to just power through this one.
Yeah. We're
going to just power through onto our topic, which is the current state of Platinum trophies. Now, this is a very vague title, and it can be, maybe interpreted that we're going to be like being negative or about this. I'm actually not going to be. I think I left it broad on purpose so that people could tell us their opinions and we can talk about it. So, Joel, how do you feel about Platinum trophies right now in 2025 as someone who's been doing it for a long ass time?
I still enjoy it.
What is that?
I'm on camera.
Is that you just been summoned to open up a jar? Gosh, so manly, so strong. Oh, I feel so alpha right now. I'm going to go headbutt something. I still enjoy it as well. I think I've just changed the way I do it, and I just don't play the bad ones anymore, ultimately. And I just don't play the ones that I don't think are worth my time. But I think it's actually a pretty good time. I think this is going to apply to whenever you ask this, like, as time goes on, there's just more and more games and more choice. So the actual time to be trophy hunting just actually gets better because, there's more hard games you want to do them. There's more easier games. There's more like cinematic games, story games that you can go for Platinum trophies. There's just so much variety now that you can kind of just pick and Platinum anything, really, anything.
Yeah, I think the games that I start playing, I really enjoy. I'll probably go the extra mile and just make a video out of it. The games that I'm not really that fussed, I'll just play in the background, whenever I've got 10 minutes.
Which is not very frequent for you now.
No. This is why from now on, obviously after the whole backlog palaver, got a lot of catching up to do. So what I'll enjoy is what's going to be showcased. It's
a good way to go about it. How have you actually been able to fit in any time, and how much have you been fitting in?
Oh, to be fair, when Lila was first born, I had my paternity leave, so I had 3 weeks off. Gamed
every day. Hours on end.
I did the night shift, so I stayed up all night. So about, 9, 10 o'clock, Emma would go to bed, and I'd have from 10 at night till about 8 in the morning. And keep in mind, Lila would only wake up 2 or 3 times, and all I needed to do was get a bottle, give her the bottle, and she'd pass back out again. So this was 3 weeks of constant gaming. Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. Sounds like having a baby's pretty easy then.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. Yeah, it was. And then I had to go back to work, and that's where things changed.
Yeah, I imagine that's where the time is no longer your own.
No.
So, right, okay, we've asked some people, we've asked you, the viewer, what people think. So, because obviously the topic is quite broad, people have obviously spoke a lot about Platinum trophies that have come out as in actually come out this year. So we've got some comments. So this one's from Wes, and he says, developers nowadays make lists way too easy. Apart from the rare few games from the current state of Plats is pretty sad. Probably need to be a comma in there for that to make sense. But he's essentially saying that they're too easy these days. What do you think about that, Farruski son?
I'm confused. Can you repeat the question?
Nowadays, developers nowadays make lists way too easy. Apart from the rare few games, comma, that's where it should be. The current state of Plats is pretty sad.
I don't know. It's hit and miss. It depends. I'd say AAA games make the list pretty easy, but that's just to like appeal to people playing it longer, because I feel like AAA games are always going to get more interest than like AA games. So I feel like that's probably why the difficulty is kind of like along like 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 even. I think 5 out of 10 maybe in some of them. And then you got the AA games that kind of just give you the challenge.
Yeah. I've actually just thought of an analogy there. So AAA developers are kind of like schools. Okay? Now, you bear with it, right?
Okay.
Because, when me and Joel, back in the day, I'm 31, Joel's 33, 32, 33,
34.
Holy moly, mother God. I'm 32 soon, sadly. So, when we were back in school, when it was race day, you get in line, there's 10 kids, you're about to do your 100-meter race. Obviously, I was really fat as a kid, so, I wasn't expecting to come anywhere in the top.
What do you mean as a kid?
90%. Sorry?
What do you mean as a kid?
Well, it's true. I've gone full circle. That's a fair point. But I was a little round as a child. But anyway, you run, you come dead last, right? The kid who comes first gets yourself a little medal, and they're like, GG, well done, son. You're gonna go places. You who came 10th, nothing for you. Get back. Go do the 3-legged foot race now with the other fat guy, and so that's what happened. But now it's like, oh, you came last. Well done. Here's your medal. You are a winner. And I feel like that's kind of like what AAA games like with Plat, because anybody can achieve the Platinum trophies now. So it's like, as long as you put the 20, 40, 50 hours in, you kind of can go for it. So it's trying to be more inclusive, but ultimately you lose the competitiveness of it because of the fact that it's trying to be more inclusive.
That's a very good analogy.
Thank you.
It's a very good analogy.
Bringing up some trauma, no big deal. Just kind of wish I got a participation medal, not gonna lie.
I was going to say, like, I never knew what it was like being last in a race, to be fair.
To be fair, I was never last. I was always somebody else behind us. I'm thinking, like, when I was like, I only think of first school, sports day. I wasn't last. I'm sure I was like middle of the pack. I wasn't that fat.
You always like 5th in a race of 5 people.
Depends on the race, mate. Anything longer than 20 meters. But we're talking about when I was like 8. So the race is only like 12 meters anyway. I always tell people I'm like a crocodile. Right, I'm really fast over an incredibly short distance. Like, I'm really fast over like 8 meters. And after that, it's just like I'm a turtle.
Just got no stamina.
It's just got no stamina. Just got nothing in the tank. Stamina. It's literally just a burst. Like the first 6 strides, you think, Jesus, here's Usain Bolt, and then after that, it's like, oh my God, that was the fastest transformation I've ever seen. This man's very unathletic.
Then what do you call it? The races where you like have to pass the baton. I'm gone.
The relays. You're back. The relays. Yeah, well, I was never picked for any sports, my friend. I wasn't a naturally gifted athlete like you, but such is life.
I was going to say, like, with a short burst, you'd be good at them races where you pass the baton.
Yeah, I would.
You don't have to run a short amount of time.
Yeah, but even a relay is 100 meters, mate. So that is not my forte. Even now, I'm like pretty fast for about 30 meters, and after that, I'm just literally like my speed must deteriorate at such a rapid pace. Even when I did do a lot of running. I've actually done a lot of running, and but it's obviously been longer distance. I've never been fast, really. But even like even when I was doing like 10Ks and stuff, I could always like bring out like a fast 100 meters. At any point in that 10K, I'd be dying, but I could always bring out a fast 100 meters if I needed to, like to the end or at the end. But then after that, it would be like, but if I did it, I'd then be even, my normal pace would be even slower. So I had to do it only at the end, sprint finish for every race I did. Every time I ever went out for a run, casually, I'd be like, yes, time for the sprint finish, because I've always got that little crocodile speed in the tank. Okay, we'll go on to the next comment. Okay, I mean, it's going to be a similar trend. I'll read it, then I'll just let you reply to it straight away. So this is from Crimson. Platinum seem to be becoming much easier and cater towards the casual gamer. A lot of the difficulties being stripped out largely because people complain about it a lot, which is sad to see, as it is isolating a subset of the community, like the challenge in Platinums.
I think no matter what, people are going to complain about something. So
I did have a quick look at Assassin's Creed Shadows, and just looked at some of the guides that were written, and it's got at the moment a 3 out of 10 difficulty, a 1 playthrough and 70 hours platinum. If you compare that to Valhalla and Odyssey, those were like 150 hours, so they've actually tapered Assassin's Creed back because the grind was ridiculous. And it is, but Assassin's Creed have never been a particularly hard game. But I think another game I looked at, which I think is more interesting, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So Kingdom Come Deliverance had a really hard platinum. It was like not really difficult, it was like a 7 out of 10, right? But it involved doing a playthrough on the hardest difficulty, which is like, no fast travel, you have to eat and sleep, and you can only save the game when you drink schnapps, but you have to pay for the schnapps, which were like 300 gold. So you'd have to really time when you're going to save the game. And also there was like fights, and you had to take part in actual like small skirmishes where you could die in like 2 hits. So you could play for like 4 hours and die. And I was curious as to whether or not they'd made Kingdom Come 2 just as hard. And actually looking at it, I don't think they have. So this guide's only given it a 5 out of 10, 130 hours, but there's actually no difficulty-based trophies according to this guide. I haven't skimmed through I haven't looked at every single trophy in the trophy list, because, we ain't got time for that, such things. But the fact they've removed the difficulty-based trophies is very interesting to say that actually they've made the second game easier as well. Oh, you've gone, Frisky. Okay, technical difficulty, but GuyFarruski is now back on his phone. You're looking great, Joel.
Yeah, well, that does sound great, though.
Oh, well, we'll do some wizardry and make it sound less shit. But probably still some a little bit poop. I only do so much with my limited IQ, so Proceed.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Kingdom Come 2 being easier than the first one, Frisky son?
I've never played Kingdom Come, so I think the game in general was hard. So the platinum was bound to be hard. That's like saying let's make a Hollow Knight an easy platinum, which they have, by the way. Silksong is like way harder than the first one from what I can see. You have to do a speed run of like finishing it 100% in like 10 hours or something.
Okay, here's something for you, right?
Go on.
Let's say Bloodborne gets released on PlayStation 5, okay?
To learn.
But to add an easy difficulty, how would that make you feel?
I was about to say I wouldn't play it, but who am I kidding? I would still play it, but I'd be very disappointed.
Yeah.
I'd be very disappointed. I think the difficulty is what makes the game so good. I mean, the lore and everything, the gameplay. Well, yeah, the gameplay is good, but the lore is probably what makes the game. And then after that, it's got to be the difficulty, because the difficulty is what, with the setting of the horror and everything, it's what makes it.
I agree.
The game that it is. Because if it's too easy, you're never going to be. You're never really going to experience like the dread of like, oh, if I die here, it's all right. Or go into a fight where you think, well, I'm not going to die, so I don't have to learn how to play the game. I could just like swing wildly.
What if they made the game, it came out the same, but the Platinum Trophy was easier? So Bloodborne and Elden Ring are a weird one, because the Platinum Trophy percentages are quite high on. They're like 25%, but that doesn't that's no reflection of how difficult the game is. Because obviously people who play it want to beat it, because most people just love the challenge. It's such a good level of challenge. But let's say the Platinum comes out and you don't have to do any chalice dungeons, which is by far, I would say, the only real hard part of the game. Like the rest of the bosses, and that took me like 8 or 9 tries, but the chalice dungeons, I got proper stuck on them.
It was only really one.
The one we have half health.
Well, yeah, half health. I think that one was the only chalice dungeon where I thought this is brutal. The other ones weren't easy, but they weren't terrible to do. You just had to be a bit careful. Some of them were annoying, like with the with the booby traps.
Oh yeah, going back some
They
time
were
here.
quite annoying, but I don't think they were terrible. I think they were confusing. Like they all looked pretty similar, so finding like the locks to open the doors and stuff could sometimes take you a while. I don't think Bloodborne's platinum list is that hard, to be fair. It's pretty straightforward. There's not really anything you have to do that's insanely hard. So like, yeah, you got a trophy there that's like parry an enemy whilst they're jumping in the air or something. So the trophies themselves are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they are.
I think it's just the difficulty of the game that makes the platinum the difficulty that it is.
It also makes it a really good platinum as well. I mean, I think Elden Ring is by far for me. I think it's the best Soulsborne, and I think it's the best platinum. I played Bloodborne. I think it was good, but I think Elden Ring was great. Like Elden Ring really was something for me.
I think Sekiro takes the spot for me. Best Souls game.
I've played a little bit of it, and I think I like the more open world element of Elden Ring. It does make it easier, though. Of course, the fact you can kind of just go somewhere else and level up. Of course, obviously, all the games have a point where when you get to a certain level, the level up just becomes diminishing returns. But I did like that whole vibe, and it was the only game that I really got to change the weapons in. Because obviously Bloodborne, you kind of had to level up the axe or whatever, and by the time it was like level 7, you didn't want to start a new one because you couldn't, and then there wasn't enough gear to upgrade it again, and I didn't like that sort of stuff because it just hard locked you into one playstyle for the whole 50 hours.
I think. No, go on.
No, I was just aiming to fill the space because I'm illiterate.
All right. I was going to say, I think that's what I like about Sekiro is that you can't just go and level up. As in, like you can go and like grind XP and stuff, but all it's going to give you is skills. You physically can't be overpowered to get past certain enemies. You have to learn how to kill them, but you have to learn how to overcome them. I think that's what I liked about it, that it forces you to learn the game, forces you to learn the mechanics. I think that's kind of what sets it apart from like the Souls games. Because I'll be honest, in Bloodborne, as soon as I got to the area with where there was a load of pigs, I did a ton of grinding, and I managed to go up 20 levels, which then made the end game considerably easier. While Sekiro, you get stuck somewhere, you have to learn how to overcome it, how to beat the boss.
Get good or die trying.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We're going to read another one because this one's going in a slightly different direction. Someone said, I think it's fine. I pay attention to trophy hunting to the extent that it affects me and the games I want to play. Never cared about the leaderboards or shovelware, and it feels like most trophy hunters at this point have picked a side in the debate, quality over quantity, and settled into their own sub-communities. So I actually feel like it's in a better state than it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Don't get me wrong, I like me some shovelware every now and then. I like a little bit of a quick dopamine hit. I think I platinumed, what was it? Doki Doki Literature Club not that long ago.
Oh, did you learn lots of new words?
It's a pretty good game though, to be fair. Like the story it messes with your head a bit, but it's obviously an easy platinum. I feel like the leaderboards, I mean, in my opinion, I'm not in the leaderboards anyway, so that's maybe why I have this opinion, but I don't think people care that much about the leaderboards anymore. I don't.
I had a look recently for one of the videos. I had to get some footage, and the amount of platinum some people have now is pretty crazy. I think it's I'm sure it's over 12,000. Yeah, the guy who's number 1, 16,000 platinum trophies. I respect the grind. This is the thing. I respect the hustle because you gotta put the time in, and you're not necessarily having a lot of fun doing it. Obviously, you're having fun being number 1. You've seen the competition, but I respect the grind. It's not for me anymore. I liked it when I first started, but obviously then I got I imagine the game is probably what it only requires one hand. It's probably most of them require you just to press X these days. So you can just press X and just Bob's your uncle. So there you go. So there's a lot of people doing it as well. There's a lot of, like the top 100, top 50, or the number 50 has 9,500 platinum trophies. So like, it's mad because you must be like, to be 50, the difference between 50 and 101 is literally like 7,000 platinums. But it means that like, even if those platinums take half an hour, you're 3,500 hours behind the number one. So if you actually wanted to get up, you'd have to beat them out by giving up more of your time. Because ultimately what is a time trade.
Genuinely. Unless obviously touch wood that nothing happens to these people, but unless they died, genuinely, I think it's going to be near impossible to catch up to them.
Yeah. Plus as well, for the record, if you think there's 24 hours in a day, in 100 days it'd be 2,400 hours. So if you're 3,500 hours behind someone, you're literally like 130 days of time.
I also don't believe it's just one person.
Who knows? I think some of them generally will be. Because like most of them, it's not like some accounts where they had like, 20 platinums, then like just like Sekiro all done in like 4 days. Like that's unbelievable. But like when it's just like literally just the platinums all take like 40 seconds. To be fair, there's a game called Morning 33 that takes 14 seconds to platinum. So B&B
Wow.
takes 3 minutes to platinum, but the stack, it's an automatic pop stack. That two platinums is taking you, by the time you download the games, probably 4 or 5 minutes. And there's a lot of them. Actually, I'm looking at this guy's list, and there's loads of games out under 5 minutes now. So like, you're be popping 20 platinums an hour. Holy moly!
It's not even the time. It's the money that I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I got a few codes, but I think back and like, I had more disposable income. I was only like 26 or something. I must have spent like, I don't know exactly the amount, but there must have been months where like I just spent like £100 on just like dropped £100 on like 10 games. Well, no, probably not. I think they only have like £3, £4, but like £100 like 25 platinums, like ridiculous. Probably more, probably because it's stacked like 50 platinums. I'd be like, that's a good deal. I'll take that deal. It's a good deal. To be young and have all this disposable income.
Dopamine more.
Nothing's changed regarding that. All right, okay. So someone else has said, Hectoid has said, too many grubby platinums and auto pops available. It devalues the platinum and effort people put into gaming. It has divided the community in many ways, and for a lot has taken some of the fun out showing off our achievements when compared to those that have plats in the thousands. Yeah, I mean, I think
you can see if they're an auto pop or not because it's got the timestamp. So yeah. I get it. Like if somebody's got 1,000 plats, you're not going to go through the full list and be like, oh well, which one of these are genuine and which ones are auto pops. But I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'm impressed with quantity, but it's not something that makes or breaks a list, in my opinion.
I'm impressed with like the really high amounts, but it's like it's not really gaming though. You're just doing the trophy hunting, and I think. I mean, the leaderboards, I think people sometimes forget that this was never meant to be a competitive hobby. Like, you weren't meant to race against other people to beat games. Like, if you were into that, you do speedrunning. Like, speedrunning is more competitive because, everyone has the same, do the first level of Mario. The world record's 12 seconds. Everyone's competing and that time gets logged. And that's, like, more competitive. Like, that's a more competitive side of the game and obviously just playing competitive multiplayer. But, like, leaderboards from trophy hunting is not really competitive and it's not meant to be. And I think, like, it shouldn't diminish people's opinions of their own achievements in their own platinums because it's like you're playing, they're on their own journey and obviously they're gaming and trophy hunting for very different reasons. I can kind of understand what you're saying though, because if those weren't a thing, it could have been competitive, really, maybe. Who knows? But it could have been different.
I mean, games companies and developers are thanking you for this hobby because you're making them a lot of money.
Yeah. Like, I think I said on my videos, I don't mind, like, the term, like, shovelware and grubby platinum trophies has changed since, like, when I did it, to be fair. So, like, when I did it in 2019 to 2020, like, the easy games were, like, I remember when I was looking, after I did, like, maybe 50 1-hour platinums, the games then became on the point where they were, like, 2 hours to 3 hours long, because I'd done all the easy ones. Whereas, like, into an hour was, like, classed as, like, shovelware then. and it was the game itself would have been an indie platformer game that a couple of people have spent time making and have just put an easy platinum on to try and boost the sales a little bit. And I didn't think there's nothing wrong with that, with actually releasing a full game. But now you have shovelware where you get platinums in under a minute, and you're like, I mean, to be fair, the quality assurance of these games is like Sony have completely like just destroyed their market by releasing these games. Like, you go on new games every day on this PS Store, it's just full of all this stuff you just don't care about. I think they've got a little bit better with it, but like on PSMP, it's clearly obvious. Like, you go on new games and you literally can barely see the new games other than the ones that are like pinned at most played or whatever. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm seeing like what new games are out, I usually just go on YouTube channels, like either the PlayStation YouTube channel or PlayStation Access, and they'll cover like what new games are out. And they usually, I mean, sometimes they do put shovelware in there, but usually they just cover like even if they are easy platinums, they usually just cover the games that are like genuinely have a good story or are fairly interesting, like gameplay wise.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of my information from TikTok these days, my friend. You know, some like, you know, scroll through my reels and I like, you know, all this like really horrendous, hilarious, offensive reels, and then it's like a cat reel, then it's like a game reel. I'm like, oh, nice. And then I'm like, oh, that game looks good. Save it. But then you can never tell if it's an ad that's just fake, or if it's like someone's like, oh, this game looks so good. And you go in and it's like, this game doesn't generally exist. Someone's made like a play test or something, and you're like, oh, right, okay. Or it's some guy just like literally like just cropped on the bottom of the screen, just watching a cutscene of a game, being like, wow, so good. And then he's got like just jumping on the success of the actual game that's trending or whatever. God, I hate that. That's like a pet peeve for TikTok. It's like someone just puts their own face over like someone else's content and they're just like, huh, oh no. I keep seeing it for like anime and stuff, like people just putting their reaction on to My Hero. I'm like, bro, this is not your own content, man. Like, I actually, like, someone did it for like My Hero 7 trailer, and I was convinced that the trailer was English dubbed somewhere. It wasn't. And I was trying to find out, I was scrolling through TikTok for ages and ages. What happened was I saw the trailer for the new game that's coming out at the same time. So I thought that was the trailer for My Hero, the finale of season 7, for this season, or 8, or 9, whatever season it's on. So I was scrolling through all this content, and just loads of people just being like, literally just responding to the trailers, like, oh no, wow. And I was like, shut up. I don't want to see someone I don't know's reaction, something horrific reaction. I just want to see the trailer, man. And this just went on a tangent, you know, but, you know, here we are.
I can tell you're very passionate about this.
You know, it tickles me a little bit sometimes, you know.
I just don't like TikTok in general, to be fair. I think I've got TikTok, but I'm very rarely on it.
Yeah. I'll send you reels from time to time, you know.
Yeah, you do. I've some of it. Instagram, on the other hand, every reel you send me on Instagram, I'll see them. But TikTok.
See, I'm the opposite. I only go on Instagram when I feel like the TikTok algorithm is not serving me. I'm like, oh, I've seen too many ads. Nah, I'm going to go on this Instagram. Then Instagram has like 4 reels to convince us to keep looking. And if it doesn't, I'm like, nah. But there's some good stuff. A lot of it's very copied, though. All right, okay, right. Let's go move on to... Okay, right. So this is I've got some long ones, yeah. We'll do one more. I need to quickly open Discord because someone called Lewis has messages saying he wants to change his question. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I don't know if he's changed it. I'm going to refresh... Oh, what have I done? Right. Hold on. I probably just destroyed this. Oh, it's still going. Okay, right. I'm going to just refresh this page and see if it's changed. It hasn't. So maybe he just won't change it. Okay, right. Okay, right. This is a good one. This is not by me. For the record, I didn't just put this in. If I was going to put my own comment in, I wouldn't then sign off with my own name. I wouldn't be like signed off with Lewis. I'd sign up with like a made up name. Like Ryan Gosling. Platinum Ho. Alright, so sorry for the long comment. I like them overall. However, I think way too many people get competitive about them and are addicted to the platinum rather than having fun. Like when it comes to grindy games, most people will just complain, glad it's fine, quotation marks, will just complain that. Glad it's finally done, hated that part and this part, and it doesn't really create for a good discussion. A game like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a perfect example of it. Most people either love it or hate it. I love it personally, but but I'd rather browse game forums dedicated to the game itself than the trophy forums, because the difference in someone enjoying it versus someone chasing something they obviously don't enjoy is there. What always makes me laugh is when people complain about games with DLC trophies, especially the free ones. Like, the trophies are optional. I thought we enjoyed games and trophies. It's not like the game is forcing people to go for the 100%. That's interesting.
I agree with that. But there's different people have different opinions. As in, I've never really cared about 100%. Cared about the platinum, but not DLC doesn't really... I'll play the DLC if it's interesting or if it's good, regardless if it has trophies or not. But I've never really been one to chase for the 100%. So it's neither that here or there for me. I don't know, I've done Red Dead, and yeah, the platinum is a slog. As in, it's super grindy, and you've got a lot of repetitive tasks. I mean, the game itself is pretty big. You've got a load of the animals to scan and stuff. A lot of them are RNG. So yeah, the platinum it's not player friendly, let's call it. But it's not necessarily hard either. I think it's only ranked as like a 5 out of 10. It's just like the gold medals, for example, just take quite a bit of practice. And if you plan it ahead properly, you can do it with like the gear you've got at the time that you're doing the missions, which makes it a lot easier.
They've changed it now. So you can now do the replays with like not base gear. I don't know what they've done. So it's made it a bit easier. I'm still stuck because I know I'd have to do a full playthrough again because I missed, what the gift things you get. You get gifted things from people from the camp, and you have to get 5, and I looked and I only had 2, and there's only 2 left at the end game. So I would have to replay through the whole game again, and that's the whole thing why I didn't do it, because I was like, I'd have to do all the collectibles, I'd have to 100% this save, then start again for one trophy and probably play the game for about 40 hours. I mean, to be fair, would I really be opposed to it now? Maybe not, but I think everything about Rockstar is grand. Like, the games are the best. They are the best video games. Like Red Dead and GTA 4 and 5, they are the best games that came out at the time. I'm excited for GTA 6, and I think even the Platinum Trophy is like is a grind. It's grand. You got to really work for it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, GTA is a hell of a grind to play. I think GTA is probably a bigger grind than Red Dead is, to be fair.
Not when you get someone coming in and giving you a free XP though. That GTA 4, wasn't it?
I think no, it was GTA 5.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, on the PS3. I did it legit on the PS5. I mean, I did it legit on the PS3 anyway. It's just like fucking some random modder came in.
Oh well, someone reported you. I've literally had a discussion with someone else recently. One of my other friends, who's not a YouTuber, telling us about how he's been banned because one of his trophies popped out of order, like on a story game, and then he's been accused of cheating, and then because someone's obviously went through his account and reported him, and then they basically just didn't give him any warning and was like, you can take the game, hide the game, or we will remove you from the leaderboard because it's cheating. And I was like, geez, right, okay.
Yeah, I ain't hiding shit. I'm proud of that platinum, regardless of if I got from level 49 to 100 in 5 minutes, or if I'd got it from level 49 to 100 in 40 hours. I'd much rather do it in 5 minutes, because all I'd be doing is repeating the same thing over and over again. So I'm not asked.
That guy saved you time.
I did him legit. Yeah, he did. So thank you, dude. Whoever you were, thank you for the free XP.
Thank you, Shagger69. You were a really noble man.
PSN, you can go and suck my left nut.
Not the right one's reserved.
The right one's my special one. It's my favourite one.
I do think that Lewis is right in the fact that like people who aren't playing the game, who are just playing the game for trophies, obviously they don't appreciate the game and they just kind of want to get it done. And I've definitely felt guilty of that as well. I don't know if you have for some of your grindy games, but obviously you lose a little bit. But I think that sometimes is the fault of the game because they make you do excessive stuff. But it depends. Like if you had I don't mind, right? If someone makes a trophy list and it's disgustingly grindy, right? Because that was their vision. They were like, like for example, say Hideo Kojima was like, off Death Stranding 3, there's going to be 8,000 collectibles because I want you to explore this massive world. I want you to explore every inch of everything we've made. And because the game's long anyway, like blah blah. If it was clearly part of the vision, I can respect that. It's when they go, well, we need to make these suckers play the game for the next 20 hours. What you do? Yeah, another 100 collectibles. Yeah, we've already got 200 in though, Dave. It's fine. Put them in put them in. We'll get an extra 10 hours out of our game, so we can tell people are still playing it for another week. That's what I'm a bit like. I'm not okay with that one.
I don't mind collectibles as long as there's substance to them. Either if it's like Easter eggs or if it's like you have your collectibles to raise your stats or something. Like I don't mind.
Oh, I'm full for that.
It's just collectibles that are just there's just nothing to them. There's just like you have 100 collectibles and it's 10 sets of items with 10 different colors each. That I find pointless.
Like Uncharted 4, I remember, like there's like 220 collectibles, and someone's job was to make these, and some of them were just so pointless. I know it was meant to be like a treasure hunter, but it was like a silver spoon from the 1900s. Like, right, a gold coin from 1202. You're like, that's a ninth coin I've got, bro. Like, this didn't have to be here. Like,
what I think is with all these treasures, how is Nathan Drake broke?
It makes no sense.
He's going to make a killing selling all those things. He's going to open his own museum.
You're right, he could have done.
But you probably have to then explain why he murdered so many people. So
that's it. Like, yeah. Like, why is half the treasures he's got blood stained in 8 different people's blood? And he's like, don't know about that, mate.
I was there before I got it.
Yeah. Like, seriously, like, what about this video of you killing 25 innocent people from native tribesmen from the local area? No idea, mate. Not me. America.
It's already dead when I got here.
They killed each other with my gun.
Yeah. Spider-Man, I feel, in my opinion, do collectibles right. Because the Easter eggs in Spider-Man were just great.
Yeah. But they were real Easter eggs, right? Because actually they had things to do with Spider-Man. Like, they had this whole world to fall back on, whereas Uncharted didn't, because it was just a 3-4 part game. Like, there could be anything in Spider-Man. I think that's the thing. That's when you put Easter eggs in, right? Like, Uncharted didn't have Easter eggs to put in. Because it's like from their own, unless they could have put a couple in from previous games, but not 200 per game.
I mean, they did, didn't they? They put like the golden egg or something. Was it the golden egg or was it
the precursor egg from Jack and Daxter?
And it had the apple from Crash Bandicoot. Well, it's not an apple, is it? It's a wombat fruit.
Yeah.
Before people start typing in the comments.
Too late. Someone's already done it.
I know my stuff.
All right, okay. Any final statements? Any final things to say on your thoughts of Trophy Hunting in 2025?
I feel like I don't know. I mean, I enjoy trophy hunting. If I feel that the game's too much of a slog, or if I'm really, really not bothered about the platinum, then I just won't get the platinum.
This is just the opinion of just a 34-year-old dad now. He's like, I don't really give a shit either way, to be honest. I'm just gonna play the ones when I get that 20 minutes once a week. I'm just gonna play a game.
The way I see it is, every game that I leave behind on my account, I'm just setting it up for Lila. When she's a bit older, she can then platinum for me. I'm just passing it on the love, passing on the Farruski. Yeah. If I suffered, she has to suffer. It's just the way of the world.
Here's a question for you. This is in the future. So I don't know if you thought about this yet, but like, say, have you thought about what you want Lila's first video game experience to be? Put on a VR horror game.
Resident Evil 10.
It's not only VR. It's VR and like 4G with the effects and stuff. Electrodes.
Her first game experience should be Pokemon.
I agree with that.
Pokemon's it's a pretty chilled game. You could take your time. There's a lot of little creatures that she'll enjoy catching and killing the opposite trainers.
Catching the cute Pokemon, forcing them into slavery to fight each other,
Exactly. It shows how the world works.
I do love Pokemon. I've actually went back and played it again on my emulator. I've actually played my first ever modded Pokemon game. So I've been playing Pokemon. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but Pokemon Ultraviolet, we'll talk about it later on. Actually, I actually wasn't going to talk about it, to be fair. It's just something I had on, but, Well, I'll bring it in later. I'll bring it in later. My final thing is just that I think now is the best time ever. For trophy hunting. Not just general. I'm not just stating this is the best time ever. Best time ever to be trophy hunting, and it will continue to get better. And I think you've just got to find what you enjoy really. And there's so much choice. Like you can't not enjoy gaming now. There's so much choice, and I would say the same about trophy hunting. Like you just got to have that little bit of self-awareness where you go like, it's your hobby and your free time, and just play the things that are worth it to you. And you should enjoy Platinum Trophy hunting.
No, I think PlayStation should introduce though.
Go on.
Like in games where you got like community challenges and stuff. They should maybe introduce in certain games. Create your own platinum. Create your own trophy. Like some sort of challenge.
Yeah, that would be cool. It need to be a certain game because you have to have the capacity to do that. I mean, not any game could do that, couldn't they? They could just say, "We're going to do we're going to do DLC. We want to hear we want to hear you for your battle trophies and stuff." I do think. Do you know how you get those like the PlayStation Stars points? And obviously you get cash back, which I think it is pretty good. Like there was this massive. I don't know if most people will know this. There was like a 10-month period where it was broken, so you couldn't redeem them. And it basically, I hadn't redeemed anything, so I had like 5 years worth of points. But I do think there should be like every now and then be given points for trophies, like especially when they're first party games, like Last of Us. Get a platinum trophy, you get 10 pence worth of points, but you still feel like you could do that, and just do it for a timed event as well. Don't do it forever. Just like literally, for the next 3 months, any Naughty Dog platinum you get, or if you've already got it, you get the reward or something like that. I think that would encourage people to go for trophy hunting more than just making trophy lists longer and easier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so now, Joel, we can talk about the best part of the whole podcast. Is what games have we been playing?
Can you not hear the hairdryer in the background?
No.
Oh, you can't?
No.
All right, that's cool.
I mean, your audio's so terrible that probably nobody can hear you anyway, so I won't worry.
It reminds me of our first podcast.
It does, yeah.
When you were using the microphone on your laptop. Do you remember?
Good times, yeah. Which one did I have a cap on for? Well, I was like a set episode I had a cap on. I never wear caps, and literally I was growing my hair out, wasn't I? And
yeah, you were.
It just was I thought it'd be cool, and I know I'm not cool wearing hats, and I know I never looked cool wearing them, and I still wore it and didn't look cool.
You're in your trunk stage.
I was.
You had your curtains.
Yeah. My brother's growing his hair out now. He's grew it all out, and it's like way longer than mine ever was, and interesting. It looks I don't know. I prefer his hair before. Like my hair never really got to a good stage. Mine was just like messy, and then I man-bunned it and didn't really trust the process enough, but still did it. It's the main thing.
I'd say that's an achievement in my eyes.
I was going to say something else. So this is just like a funny story for people who are for everybody involved. Is as you meet people in your life, like the podcast has our YouTube ability has changed as we've gone on, right? Like I've got a good camera now. I've got a goodish microphone. I've got 2 microphones. Make better content now, but I've met some new people come in and they'll ask us about someone such and such has said you're doing this, and I was like yeah, and they're like, so what do you podcast about? And I was like, firstly, I don't really want to explain it because I feel like you're not really going to understand it. Secondly, don't watch any of the older stuff because my God. We're idiots now, but at least we're idiots, but hopefully in HD,
Yeah, except for this one because I'm on my phone.
Yeah. This is we could have rescheduled, but we've had this plan for a couple of weeks. Joel's obviously busy now, Dad, and I was like, might not be able to find enough time for 2, 3, 4 weeks to do this. So, let's just have a bit of an understanding. Come on, guys.
To be fair, I think this might bring some nostalgia to the older viewers. The people that were there in the dark ages, from episodes 1 to 10.
Yeah,
where the podcast was, I don't want to say terrible, but it was close to, even Lila thinks so.
Yeah. It was finding his feet.
We were. But look at where we are now.
Yeah. You're on your phone, and nothing's changed that much. But on the plus side of the podcast being when it was that there was not much content out there. So like people about Platinum Trophies, so people had a choice of like listening to our podcast or watching nothing about the hobby. That was the only advantage that we actually had. It was like you can watch our terrible podcast, or you can not talk about Platinum Trophies with anybody ever.
I feel like I've had the most dynamic setting within the podcast. I think
yes,
I've done it on the floor. I'm now doing it on my bed.
Didn't you do it in
maybe in the next podcast I might do it on the toilet.
That would be exciting because we won't know what's going on. You know, we'll get some clues. I'm pretty sure in one episode you did it in like your wife's mum's room, upstairs in like some pink bedroom.
Yeah,
you've been everywhere.
Priority. Gotta get
that's it. But anyway, what games, Farruski, have you been playing?
I've been playing quite a few, to be fair. So I've been playing all the backlog games. So that journey's finally over after 4 years. Finally finished. I did it. People had their doubts. Even I had my doubts, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I pushed through. I pushed on, and the backlog is done. And now I've just got the backlog of games that I've missed out on that most likely I'll never catch up on. But I played Doki Doki Literature Club. That was interesting.
Highlight of your week? Highlight of your week?
I wouldn't say highlight. I think the highlight of my week was probably the Stanley. I can't remember what the game's called. Stanley something Paradox. It was a weird game. It was all set in an office. You had a narrator that was just weird. There was a trophy that you had to play for 24 hours within a Tuesday.
Specific.
That was interesting. I played Endling. Extinction is forever. That was quite an emotional game. Pretty easy. It's kind of like a little survival game about a fox and her cubs.
Oh,
ending was
sounds adorable. Sounds adorable.
Yeah, it does until you reach the ending, and then it's kind of like what just happened.
Oh my god.
And then what have I been playing? I've been playing Sonic Forces.
Interesting choice.
Terrible game.
Yeah.
Terrible game.
Okay. All right. Any better games or?
Oh, I completed the DLC on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Oh, nice. Which one was it?
It wasn't great. I did the Battle of the Gods, Resurrection of Frieza. Yeah, they're okay. There was not much content in there. And then I did the Trunks side thing. You know, like when he goes to the future and kills the androids and Cell. That was okay. But yeah, I weren't very impressed. It was on sale. It was $9.99 for all 3 DLCs, so I can't really complain. Although I'm still complaining because
clearly
I'm just a grumpy old man. What else have I been playing? I think that's it.
What's on the horizon? Actually, no. We'll come on that in a second. So I'll just revisit my Pokemon Ultraviolet I've been playing. So you played Fire Red or Leaf Green before, Pokemon Fire Red, yeah. So it's a modded version of that. So the changes I've witnessed so far is that when you get offered your first choice of the 3 Pokemon, if you speak to Professor Oak, he says, "Oh, do you want to catch your own?" You click yes. He takes you into a back room and there's a safari zone in his lab, and there's like the Pokemon you can catch are like Pichu, Machop, Dratini, Larvitar, Houndour, because it's like a national Pokedex, so update the Pokedex. And I went for Houndour because I wanted a dog, so I could name a dex. And then you play through the rest of the base game is all the same, but there's some quality of life adjustments. So, like, for example, Machop doesn't need to be Machoke doesn't need to be traded to evolve into Machamp. He just evolves at level 48. So all the trade Pokemon all evolve at like level 48 instead of having to be traded, which is great because you can play it by yourself because it's an emulator. When you get a Bill's PC, when you turn Bill from an alien back into himself, if you go into his teleporter, you go to a one little zone and there's a Mew level 7 you can catch. And then when you beat the 4th gym, I'm not that far yet. They've added other areas with like Pokemon outside of Kanto in those areas that you can catch. So it's like every like 2 or 3 gyms you go to the ship on SA in Vermilion and you can go to a different island. So it's like they've just kind of like added more to it, and I think they've made like the Elite Four replayable. So like every time you beat it, it's harder. You can keep playing it. Like
nice.
So it's like a good. Go on.
I was just going to say I've played a few mods. There's a few interesting ones. There's one where you play as part of the Rocket Team member, so you're a Rocket Team member. There's another one where Team Rocket has taken over the world, so it's the whole story of you like taking them down, but like the gyms are a Team Rocket like elites and stuff. There's quite a few out there, you know.
Yeah, I was looking crazy.
There's loads. There's some where you got like a love story, love interest, where it's like
what?
You play. It's kind of like Mario, like searching for Peach in like another castle where you just keep your love interest gets kidnapped and you have to like go and rescue her and stuff. But there isn't any. The villains aren't any of the Pokemon villains. It's like this new organization. Oh. So there's loads of ideas. There's loads of really good ideas. There is another one where you can actually catch every single Pokemon in the Pokedex. You can complete your Pokedex rather than how Nintendo actually does it, where you have to buy all the games and trade and stuff.
So I had a look at like when I was looking at which one I wanted to play, because I've literally just got emulator on my phone. So, and I was like looking and I was like, right, okay. I don't really care for the ones that are like just another story element in the base game. There has to be like modifiers to the game to make it worth an improvement. But those Team Rocket ones sound really good. I think I might have read about one of them. There's also Dragon Ball Z one where you catch Goku and stuff instead.
Nice.
And you like every time he levels up, he goes like Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and Vegeta and stuff. It's actually really funny. I've already played that one, but years ago. That brings me on to what I've been playing. So I've been playing Dragon Ball Squadra Genshi or something. And it is, you know, like one of my favourite gaming types now, genres, a MOBA. It's not really a MOBA, this is what I was saying. I was a little bit disappointed. It's basically like if anyone's played Pokemon Unite on your phone, it's like that. So it's like, it's essentially, there's no like complicated stuff. You just kind of go in. It's basically you just go in and there is 2 lanes and you have to go like smash through their gods of destruction and just pick up the Dragon Ball. But there's the computer which you can kill to level up, and then when you level up you have 3 abilities and you level them up, and then obviously you're fighting each other, and that's the only MOBA element. Like obviously like I played a lot of League of Legends that has more like items and stuff like that, so it's an entry level one, and I've been trying to get GuyFarruski to play it because you need to play Dragon Ball Z game. The Platinum doesn't look too bad, to be honest. You've actually just got to play 300 games, but the games are only about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long. So like
a guest.
Oh. Hello, Lobo.
What are you doing, mate? What are you doing?
Just chilling. He's like, hello. Just a little head. Like I am so curious. Look at this. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna bark soon. Well, my guest is just excuse the mess. He's just asleep. Oh, he's not asleep. Oh, he's up. He's up. That's it.
He knows.
Hello. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
There he is. Buddy. Hello, bud. Oh, he's gone. He's going to he'll probably climb on us now.
Do you know what's crazy? Is that we've been friends for this long and our dogs have never met.
I know, but Lobo will probably just try and kill him, and Dex is just not interested. Dex lives with a cat now.
Thank you. My tea's ready.
Oh, hey. Oh, he's been summoned.
I've been summoned for some munchies.
They haven't met you right, but they probably would kill each other.
Yeah, probably. Lobo would just try and hump them, to be fair.
Dex is he's let a lot of dogs mount him before. He almost it's taken him a while. It's taken him a couple of years to become aggressive with him. Like, you know, until he's like 4, he was like, you'd look at us and say like, what's going on here? And I was like, I don't know, bro. But you know, if that's what you're into. And now he tells him. Now he fights him. Now it took him about 5 years to get to like actually be able to stand for himself. But But I've been trying to get you to play it, Joel. The Platinum Trophy is not too bad. I reckon it's probably about 40 hours. It's not as much. I don't like it as much as I thought I would because it's not MOBA enough for me, which is probably a reason as to why I think for the casual person it would. People, I think you would enjoy it.
It'll probably mean that I will probably love it because it's not MOBA.
Yeah. There's obviously it's early stages. They've still only got like 32 characters. They're missing out a lot of other characters. They're missing out a bit of customization. I think they're planning on working on it and stuff. But it's an alright time. It is an alright time. So I think you should probably get on it. And then also download Helldivers too, so we can play Helldivers too, because I've been playing a lot of that as well.
And also Elden Ring. There's a lot.
Yeah, we've been playing Night Rain together. Night Rain. Yeah. It's quite hard, isn't it, Joel? It's quite a hard game.
Easy. It's easy. We've just been unlucky with the people that have joined us because.
I think, by the way, I realised you actually can do it in 2-player. So it's a multiplayer roguelike game, and we literally ruined probably about 10 people's games, the first 10 games we played, didn't we? We just jumped out, didn't know what was going on, and died over and over again.
It's the fun of it. I'm there to ruin people's gameplays.
Yeah. It's like imagine like when Elden Ring when you used to get invaded. It's like no, you get invaded, but then they're on your team and then they just die, and then literally thoroughly go make the boss stronger. I don't like it as much as Elden Ring. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's way too fast paced because like Elden Ring, the game series is like so vague, right? That you generally have no idea what to do. The tutorial doesn't explain it well enough, and you're like, right. No. So like I think I enjoy the mechanics, and I played a little bit with a friend who'd done it, and he helped explain a bit more. I only played like one game with him, but I think it is a great concept, and the game is good. It's just Elden Ring is slower paced.
You can't take your time with it, and I think for a game that's Elden Ring, you'd want to take your time.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if they like cap the level as so you don't go into bosses overpowered, but until you reach this boss, you can only reach this level. And then you keep the XP or something, and then you can then level up to the cap for the next boss to make it that you can't go overpowered. But I think the whole area like closing in just kind of takes away a bit of the exploring experience. It's more like you don't even process what's going on. It's just kind of like, well, you get to this area, beat this mini boss, then get to this area, beat this mini boss, level up, get to this next area, beat this mini boss, main boss. And then do the same thing on day 2. I think it kind of takes away a bit of the whole world exploration thing that Elden Ring does offer.
Yeah, I think you're right. It feels like a race. It feels like you just don't get a breather. And it's like if you don't get if you literally stand still for 30 seconds, you're going to miss out on an item, which means that like you actually won't be able to finish it. And I think I agree. Like the maps are pretty big, but you never get to explore them because within 2 minutes the map's literally reducing by a third, and then in another 2 minutes it's reducing by a third again. And it's like I don't know, like it's a good. I think they clearly wanted the games to last 20 to 25 minutes. That's what they wanted, didn't they? And like. A run last 25 minutes, but you're missing out so much by just making it so fast. Okay, so we're going to finish things up. We've spoke about the games we've been playing. Actually, to be fair, we've been playing more games than this, but we've been reserved, because Adam McDermott always texts us and tells us that is the worst part of the podcast. That's a low bar. That's a low bar, Adam. But we're gonna. This is the part where you ask questions. Oh my god. This is the part where you can ask us questions. I give you a chance to put them in, and this is something we're going to do every episode because it's always fun to hear what you have to say and ask us some questions. So we're going to ask a trophy hunting related question. GuyFarruski.
Okay.
Okay, this is one that you might have to think about. What game...
That's never good.
What game from the pre-trophy era of gaming would you have totally earned a platinum in organically if it'd been around back then?
The first one that comes to mind is Final Fantasy X because I played the shit out of that game on the PS2, but there is obviously a platinum for it now, so I can't really count that one.
You think I've got one? Mine would be... So I was going to say Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but technically that did get a trophy list when it came out, re-released on PS3, which you can't even play anymore because you have to own the disc or something. I would say, right, there's this old school Marvel game called Marvel Nemesis, right, and it was No, Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. It was like this 3D fighter arena game, right? Where you had the superheroes and then you had like all these new characters called the Imperfects. It was kind of like, it was really fun. And I remember like at the time, like my brother had just started liking Daredevil, and that's one of the reasons why this game is the reason why he became one of his favorite characters. And it was like this weird little story. Well, it was short. It was like 3 hours long. And like there was a mission. You do a mission with every single hero, but then you can only do missions with 4. And then when you'd done when you'd progressed far enough, you had to choose one hero to die, so you could make space for the other hero's story to continue. And it was like a PvE section as well. It was like you had to like choose like one of the heroes to die, and then you had to kill them yourself, play them on the Imperfects in the brawler. It was like it obviously, thinking about it, probably wasn't amazing, but at the time I loved it, and it had a great had some potential. So it would be that one.
I'd say any of the Need for Speed Undergrounds, to be fair.
Old school.
I played a lot. I think I did 100% both Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2. I think they'd probably be the ones. I mean, all the other games that I've played that I would have had the Platinum for do have Platinums now. Like GTA 4 was one of them. I think I completed that to 100%. Devil May Cry 3, that's got a Platinum now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think most of them that I played then, like a lot of, they've got Platinum trophies now. So
I agree.
I'm going to Need for Speed Undergrounds.
Hey, it's a not bad shout. Well, it's, I played that game. I think I've only played the second one though.
Oh, second one's so good.
Yeah,
way better than the first. My favorite is probably Most Wanted though.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite. That was the one I loved the most. I think I only played Underground 2, Most Wanted, and then wasn't like a Pro Street one as well. And there was one more I played, and I kind of was like, all right, I've had enough.
Yeah, Carbon was after Most Wanted, which weren't that good. Yeah. Carbon were.
It had the live action, didn't it? It had the live action acting to over the wheel, leaning into your car and that.
Yeah, awful.
Funny though. Okay, right. We'll move on. We'll do one generic question, then we'll wrap things up for our return. Okay, this is a good one. If you could go back in time, when would you start collecting trophies? And when do you think a child should start gaming or trophy hunting?
Oh, as soon as they're born.
Getting on that grind, boy.
Ladder's already on it.
On your account?
Yeah.
Just playing Jumping Nuggets right now.
Yeah.
Drooling over the X button.
Peppa Pig.
I think kids gaming is really good for your brain, so I would say kids should be gaming as soon as they're able to, like,
as soon as they can.
Use their hands and do anything, because it's obviously great for the development, but obviously depends on the standard of game.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for hand-eye coordination and everything, so improve not getting dementia and stuff, so why wouldn't you?
I think it's a weird one. When would you start collecting trophies? Because I played on Xbox. I earned achievements ever since they came out. And I always actually tried to earn them, but never excessively. Like, say I had like 400 games go for beating the game, I would try and do like an extra 150, and I would leave it there. I kind of think I've always been doing it.
I'd say, I don't know. I think I started trophy hunting. Maybe I'd probably start maybe at the beginning of the PS4 era. I probably wouldn't have started in the PS3 era, because back then I was just FIFA mad. So FIFA and COD, I think, were the games that I used to just play. And then the odd ones that here and there, like Assassin's Creed 2, for example, that was a game I really enjoyed, and Brotherhood. But the amount of games that I would start collecting trophies on would probably be in the beginning of the PS4 era.
Yeah. Well, for me, I kind of was when I started doing my trophies. I obviously had a PS3 and I went back and did some, but I think it was probably better to start before the shovelware came out. Because I think when you're young, if you think about age, like when you've got, you're not buying games yourself and you're just going to make the most of your games, then's a perfect time to be trophy hunting. So like as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, that's the perfect time. So, yeah, fair. Trophy hunting, I think, for kids. Go on.
Just thought of a game that I would have got a platinum trophy on.
Go on.
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Definitely.
Nice. Well, actually, I I went back and I did the retro achievements for some of them, and it was fun.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
But it was it got a bit hard. It wasn't that hard. I just couldn't be bothered to keep doing it, to be honest. There's a lot more skill expression in that game than I remember, because the parry. I didn't use the parry system when I first played it until literally that time. You parry and one shot people and stuff.
Yeah, I used to fucking bash the square button like no tomorrow.
Endlessly. Yeah, endlessly. That's it. Forever. Yeah. What about when? So yeah, I think in terms of trophy hunting, when would you say you should start at an age? If you had to give an age for a child, because it's like, it's it. You think?
Yeah, maybe a bit earlier, maybe just before school, because they can be educational as well.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. True.
Maybe like 4. Any earlier than that would probably
be abuse.
Yeah, you'd want to go outside and like experience stuff as well.
Yeah.
You'd have to you'd have to give them a cap. Like they could game for like 2 hours a day or something.
Like a cap. Oh, all right, a cap. I mean, like a hat.
Yeah.
Trophy hunter.
Also a hat.
All right. Okay.
Lila will only get that cap when she platinums Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yeah. Devil May Cry 5.
Then she learns to game a cap.
Game a cap. Just DMC 5.
Yeah.
No, just did you know? Then you go, I platinum Devil May Cry 5. You have to get a say when you're speaking. You have to just get a say that for a video.
That's going to be her first sentence.
Yeah.
My daddy platinum Devil May Cry 5.
I didn't think you were going to mention it, so I'm actually really, really glad you did. I feel like it would have been the same if you hadn't mentioned it. You've saved it to the very end. I literally was thinking, I was like, I don't think he's even going to mention this, and then you've literally done the last couple of minutes. So I'm happy. Happy for all of us.
I think we should do a little Easter egg at the start of the podcast just to keep people hooked till the end.
All right, I think we'll wrap things up. It's been a bit of a ropey return, but we're thriving in the terrible performances by ourselves. What can we say? Thanks for coming on, Frisky.
Keep the trend going. We've always had the reputation of being terrible, so why ruin a good thing?
So true. Thank you. If you want to share your thoughts on the current state of Platinum Trophies, obviously you can do down below. There will be a form on my community post, most likely, if you want to submit us a question to ask, or a future topic, or have a say on our topic for the next video. And we'll welcome back to the Platinum Podcast.
Welcome back, and goodbye.
Farewell. I've said I wasn't going to do the intro, but then I'm also a bit like, I don't even know what to say if I don't do the intro.
Welcome back to the Platinum
Hello.
Podcast.
Hi there. It's a podcast.
Season 3.
Yeah. Season 2 was only one episode, though. Season 1 was 50 episodes. Season 2 was one episode. Don't know what I'm going to say, but we'll just wing it. I'm building to it.
Are you cringing?
Yeah. Starting's always the hardest part.
It's just
what is going on, guys? Welcome. Oh, you overspoke us? You spoke. Oh, start again. We're going to go.